we hate this. No.
They're judging the body of the bride.
They're judging it.
They're judging
Go to the kitchen or something
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why they are keeping the girls away from the education and the social life, so they wouldn't have a personality.
It exists some Roma people who want the woman to go to work and make the household in the same time. And
they need women to need the men, so they would control her. Our mothers are told about this and they want us to be married.
We don't want to change our culture because that means we will lose our identity. I am Roma and I'm traditional. No, you are not traditional. I'm gonna stop you from studying.
No, stop.
Okay, okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm here with a special guest, our first guest in this podcast, a beautiful young woman from Turkey. I met her during Erasmus program where I was presenting Roma culture. She sees the similarities between our Roma culture and the Islamic culture. So, her name is Isil. I will let her introduce to you. Hello, Isil.
Hello everyone. Well, I'm Isil. I'm from Turkey. I came here with a volunteering project. It's an Erasmus kind of volunteering project. And I saw some similarities. I had this need to talk to her.
Thank you for participate here. And she is a future student at psychology. We will start with how women are perceived in the Islamic culture. Can you tell about this? How do you think women are perceived in your culture?
So, from what I saw, for many years living in Turkey and being in an Islamic environment, since my family and my friends are Muslims, I've been seeing that people perceive women mostly in the jokes, but as kitchen. They belong to kitchen, they have to cook, they have to take care of the kids. They can't have, how do I say it? They can't have a social life mostly. Even they have, it is limited and it has to be the neighbors, the people who the man approves.
Okay, so you're saying that women can have a valid opinion?
Yes.
Okay. You come from a traditional family?
I would say yes. They're, if you compare it to other traditional families, they're more open-minded. Since I'm here, it's a big thing.
Yeah, okay, I understand. So you're like my sister, because we have the same story. And what did you say about the perception of women is one of the biggest similarity between Roma and Islamic people. In Roma culture, women are not allowed to have an opinion, to discuss about serious topics. Mm-hmm. In your culture, is in the same way?
It is allowed, but when you try to discuss it, when you try to share your opinion, they might make fun of you. They might break the hopes in you. Like you don't want to talk about it anymore because they bully you. Mostly the men bullies you, mm-hmm. and makes you think that you're stupid. So after a point, you just decide to shut up.
Yeah, this is the same at the Roma culture, because you you can say your opinion because of them, because they say just shut up, you don't have the capacity.
How do you know? You just
The capacity to participate at this discussion. You go to the kitchen or something
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Another important subject, another big similarity is the early marriages. That I know that in your culture, it's the same tradition.
Yes.
What you can say about this?
Well, I have to talk both about in Turkey and both in the Islamic way. So in Turkey it's not legal, but people still do it because it's tradition. They take their kids away from the school. They make them become a better wife, let's say, and after a while
They prepare her.
They prepare her, exactly, and after a while they find a match for this girl, let's say. It can be older, it can be mostly older men, but it's not as much as the past because it's developing, people getting education, they don't do it anymore, but there are still people who does this. There are still some little girls who's away from the education and improving themselves, becoming young mothers.
Yeah, the same thing, in our culture. You said that the boys are older than the girls. What is the difference, age difference between them?
Well, it depends. For example, my grandma was married when she was 13 and my grandfather was 24.
Okay.
So it really depends on who are they finding for you. And the family decides. Like, it depends on the wealth of the man, because in our culture the man has to pay for the family in order to get the bride. It's like, it literally means bride's price.
Yeah, we have it too. We have it too, but in Roma culture, the age difference it's not that big. The boy is older, but a very small difference. But when they find it, the match.
Yes.
Because in Roma culture, they find the boy or the girl, the match, how you said, when they are born, when they are very little.
Yeah, we also have this, but I mean, in order to have so it's not like they have to find this, but if they can't find, they just look for they're asking the neighbors, they're asking the friends, and
they're asking the community.
Exactly. But most of the time, I mean, in the rural areas, we also have this type of thing. From the born, they were marrying them, or when the girl borns, and let's say a friend of the mother or the father, especially, has a friend who has a son who's 10 years old. They're like, okay, you're getting married.
Yeah, we are family now.
We are family now.
Okay. Can you say to us about the traditions? Because when I was presenting the Roma culture, the Erasmus, you said you saw similarities about the bride sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
What other tradition?
Well, the other similarity was we also used a lot of gold. When the wedding was happening, you have to give gold to the couple and etc. What else? Let's see. We have a henna night before. It's like saying goodbye to the girlhood and entering womanhood. The girl is crying, getting goodbyes from the family and the friends to become a woman. And we have something called hammam, like
Hammam.
hammam. It's like a Turkish bath. They're going there with the men's family, like the groom's mother and the woman's side of the groom's family, and they're judging the body of the bride.
They are judging it.
They're judging the body.
If she's beautiful, if she's not.
I mean, it was mostly in the past, but I still know that some people does this.
Okay.
It started as a great actually tradition. It started so we use hammam to bound, to get ready together, you know, to get rid of our dead skin, get prettier. We sing in the hammam, blah blah. But after a while, they started to use it in a bad way because they love their songs so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened if the bride is, I don't know, too fat, too skinny, I don't know.
I mean, the mother of the
If the mother doesn't like her, what happens?
starts to complain. If the groom is okay with it, in the past, they didn't even see each other before the marriage. Like, it was happy. The first time they see each other was
They marry.
the wedding. So that's why the mother was seeing her before, to tell him how is she.
Okay.
I think this started from that, and then she started to judge. Then they started to judge the bride. But if the groom is okay, has no problem, they don't get to say so much.
Yeah, but many times the son can be very influenced by the mother.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends on the groom's perspective.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to change the perspective when he's educated like that. You know what I mean? It's very difficult. And the bride, she just take the marks from the mother-in-law.
From what I heard, they even judge by the walk of the girl. They even judge the virginity by the walk.
By the walk.
By the walk.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I actually found it out today when I was doing my research. By her walk and by her attitude, like when she's brushing her hair, to see if she's innocent.
And if the bride has a personality, it's maybe a little bit arrogant.
Yeah.
She's bad.
Exactly. That's why they are keeping the girls away from the education and the social life, so they wouldn't have a personality, so they would seem more innocent.
Yeah, and they stop it from the education to stop the critical thinking. This is my opinion about no education, because in my opinion, education help you to have a critical thinking.
Yes. Also, I think financially, they need women to need the men, so they would control her.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so they don't want a woman who has her own money, who has her brain and does things for herself.
No, they just want to be a wife who just clean, cook, and have children.
Exactly.
So I know that you don't have a good opinion about these early marriages, arranged ones. No. Do you have a friend or you? This happened to you or your friend?
There is a friend of mine, not that close, but I heard about this, that her mother had a friend who was her close friend, and she had a son, and that son was 27 years old, and she was 18 by the time, and the son is texting the girl saying that, by the way, I heard that our mothers are told about this and they want us to be married. I found out this very recently, and since you're 18, what's your life plan, blah blah blah. So it happened, it's happening still.
Okay, but it sounds like it wasn't very arranged.
Well, it wasn't so serious from what I heard. It's more like they have an agreement, they wanted them to introduce, they want them to have something, you know. It's maybe as a joke at first, and then they were like, man, we can do this, you know.
It was an easier way to
find a husband to the
Yeah. Are there any traditions that you agree with in your culture? Because I understand you don't like the early marriages.
Well, I would say that we're actually really hospitality people. I like the hospitality in Turkey and in Islamic regions general, because they like to share. And
like when you visit somebody, they come with food, with tea, I think.
With tea, yes, in Turkey, tea.
We are with the whiskey.
Even better. I mean, hospitality, I would say, and they're helpful people. Like, helping is a culture, it become a culture. And food,
I know. This is another similarity.
yeah.
Because I'm like you. I hate early marriages. I hate the fact that they don't let the girl to go to school. But I love the hospitality. I love the family.
Yeah, they're always helping each other whenever you like. If something happens to you, you know someone is behind your back and will
your cousin, your brother,
your father.
Yeah, it's that is a good thing, and I wanted to say that because we are not here to transform our culture to say we hate this, we hate this. No, we don't want to change our culture, because that means we will lose our identity. But we want to transform them in something better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we are here. So, are traditions changing among young people in your community?
I would say yes, and I'm really happy about it, because people, especially women, started to have more feminist moves. They start, like, women are, especially girls in the school, has better grades than the boys. They're studying more, they're doing more, they're going to universities, they're working by themselves. So in the past, let's say 40 years, I think it changed a lot. It's still like this in rural areas, but I believe it will change soon as well, because now we have more access to education, we have more access to, let's say, social media. It actually influences us to do better, to be better about ourselves if you use it right. And I think it does change. My parents sent me to another country. So
that's, I want to say that you are a good example, because you came here from Turkey to study, and I'm talking with a future psychologist, and I'm very proud of this. And I'm very proud that the young people are doing better with education.
yeah.
Because we don't have excuses now, you know. We have more access to information, to education, to whatever we want. But maybe we need to fight probably with our parents, with family, if they are traditional. Now, let's talk about relationships and family life.
Yes.
What is the relationship like between women and men in families in your culture?
I want to give an example from my parents. I really love them. I love them, but I mean, they have a good relationship. They like each other. They're happy with the situation, but I don't think I would be in a marriage like this. My father is expecting my mother to do everything, and they're both working. My mother is working. She's also working in a hard field. She's a kind of detective, let's say. And she's coming home, doing the laundry, the dishes, she's cooking.
Everything.
Everything, basically. And he's just there watching some TV. And it's like this in most households in Turkey.
Yeah, I think this is a general fact.
Yeah.
Because it's not just in your culture. But I'm happy that the woman can work now.
Yes,
you know?
But it's something like I kind of feel like Turkey stuck in the middle between Middle East and the European culture. So the woman has access to work, but they have to do everything, and it's really exhausting for the woman. I can see it from my own mother, and I would love that someone would be helping her now I'm away.
Your dad.
Yes.
Especially.
Please, please, Dad.
Yeah, I understand. This is in the Roma culture too, because the traditional ones, in the family, the woman doesn't work. She just stay home with the kids, with the kitchen, with everything. But it exists some Roma people who want the woman to go to work and make the household in the same time, and
it's very challenging.
It's very challenging, and say, okay, my wife must do it, must cook, must clean, must doing everything, because I am Roma and I'm traditional. No, you are not traditional, because if you was traditional, your wife needed to stay home.
Yeah.
So stop it with this stupid thing.
Yeah, they're just doing whatever is easier for them.
Exactly. Exactly. This is the point.
Yeah.
How does your family feel about your study? About your with the fact that you leave your home?
Well, at first, in my first volunteering, in my first abroad experience, they didn't even want me to go abroad. They were so, how do I say it, worried about me. They wanted to, like, do you want me to give an example from when I was in Turkey?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so even when I was in Turkey and when I was, let's say, living with them, they try to control like my friends, the time that I go home and everything. So they didn't want me to go abroad because they can't control me from kilometers away. But when I really wanted to go there. I went to Greece as a volunteer again, and my professor, let's say, talked with my parents and
to
convince them. Yes, and after this they started to trust me even more because I showed them that I could do without them.
And you are doing well, and it's not a problem.
Yes, and they saw me that I was happier than before. So about studying, they were really worried because it would take 4 years for me with the prep year, and they didn't want it. Like, they were really worried. They were scared that
it's a long time.
It's a long time. What's gonna happen? What if someone's gonna stop me, blah blah. So
Gonna stop you from studying.
no, stab
Oh, okay. Okay.
on the
Okay.
street.
Yeah.
What if so? And they didn't want it, and I convinced them to come to Timisoara.
Mhm.
They liked the country, the city. It was their first time abroad. So I think they're okay now with the idea.
Okay, we need to say to them that in Timisoara is a very safe city, so nobody is stabbing her. Just it's
Yeah.
okay. You mentioned you see similarities between Roma culture and Islamic culture. What's your opinion? What's the biggest similarity you see?
Okay, the biggest similarity.
Mm-hmm.
You already know that I find them really similar. The weddings,
The wedding.
they're
yeah.
really similar.
The mindset.
The mindset is similar. The how they treat women is kind of similar. What else? How they educate their daughters is similar, I think.
Yeah, and it's a negative similarity, but we have also good similarities.
Yeah,
so-
like such as hospitality and
Yeah. So, do you think Roma women and the Muslim women go through the same challenges?
I'd say yes.
Yeah, I found it very similar. These two cultures, I think, are the same. I told you that my grandfather was coming here from Turkey,
Yeah.
so I think in my DNA test I have
Turkish student.
the Turkish side, a very good Turkish side. Do you think conversations like this on social media can help the girls?
I think yes, because as I said before, social media affects, like influences us if we know how to use it. And if you wanna, let's say, change your life in a positive way, you would want to see someone who did this before, or you would wanna have an opinion of how to do it. So I think it's helpful.
It's helpful, and for your community from Turkey, and when are these Islamic traditional, you are a positive example that can influence them to be the best versions of them.
Thank you.
What's one thing you would want to you would want people to understand better about Muslim women?
First, I would say Muslim women are also women who wants to have a life, who wants to decide their own things, their own life, and they're girls. And it's never I don't think it's never the problem, like they're never the problem, not the woman, it's always the man.
Okay. We are too feminist. They will say we are making sexism here.
Yeah, no,
No. No, the people need to understand that we don't want to steal the men's roles.
Yeah, not you can be in the spotlight. I just wanna do my own thing.
Yeah, exactly. We just want equal chances.
Yes,
That's what we want.
everyone deserves equality.
So I'm feeling sorry for the women who are discriminated by the wearing a hijab, because the Roma women have the same problem with the traditional clothes.
Yeah.
You know, the long dresses, and people need to understand that this is everyone's choice, everyone religions, and this is how they feel good and safe in the hijab and our traditional clothes.
Yeah, it's a good point, yes.
How is your hijab opinion? How you see this? Because I see you and you don't wear it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was little, let's say 13, 14, I wanted to wear hijab. I was hardcore Muslim and I was reading Quran and etc. But then I started to realize the not equivalence, like how do I say it? Like how Islam treats women different than men.
Okay.
And I didn't think I would want to be a part of this religion. So I decided that I started to, how do you say it, do some researches about religions, and I became an agnostic person.
Okay, so you are not agree with the Islam religion?
No. I'd say that Islam actually has good values and like is a good way to share love, but they're using it in a wrong way. Like people who is using the religion, especially Islam, they're mostly trying to control people because in the Quran they have like it's not certain. They don't say certain stuff. It's more you can how do you say it, like change it somehow. You can give put your opinion in it. So it's more likely to be used. In my opinion.
I think the Islam and the Christianity are very beautiful.
Yes.
But the problem is not the religion, but the people.
Exactly.
Because the people don't understand correctly the religion and they have wrong perspectives. And that's the problem, not the religion. But you grew up in a Muslim house.
Yes.
And I ask, you didn't see violence or something like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the violence, it's not, how do you say, it's not accepted in your culture?
Well,
or depends?
Depends on the region.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the region, and depends on the age gap. Like my parents never did something like this. I never see them.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they're arguing, they were so respectful to each other. But I saw it from my grandparents doing this, and it depends on the education as well. My parents were lucky enough to get themselves educated.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, in other regions I still hear that kind of stories are happening. I have a friend that was her family forced her to wear the hijab, the scarf, and when she left the house she took the scarf off, and she was actually really insecure for wearing it for years.
Yeah.
She never accepted herself like this, but she was forced. So I'm lucky that my family didn't do this.
Okay. Do you feel hopeful that things are changing for women in your community?
I do, yes. I mean, of course, politics are a big effect as well, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. But people are starting to educate themselves, and they start to put boundaries for themselves, especially women. They're doing things for themselves. So I feel hopeful, and I feel really grateful that it's happening.
I know that the politics in Turkey are much better than another Islamic country.
Yes.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, you're talking about Sharia.
Yeah.
It's Sharia means to be ruled by Islam, Islamic rules, by Quran, let's say. But Turkey is a secular country. We get to choose whatever religion we want, whatever, I don't know, whoever to marry. Our husbands legally can't marry more than one person in Turkey because it's a secular country and we follow the rules. They wanted to change though.
That's a good thing.
They couldn't. It's a good thing, yes.
Okay, so we talked about the religions, the country. Let's go back to your family, because you said you are not Muslim, but you grew up in a Muslim house.
Yes, I had to hide it for like 3-4 years. I couldn't say this because I know they would be disappointed so much. And when they found out, they were disappointed, but they didn't do much. They couldn't do much since it's legal that I changed my religion. But they just decided to ignore it and continued to act like I was a Muslim. Before sending me here, they told me that don't forget that you're a Turkish Muslim and represent us in the best way and blah blah. So they still ignore it.
But you're doing a good thing right now. Is there anything important that we haven't talked about yet and you would like to share?
Actually, yes. I want to share that it's hard for a woman to get an abortion and have decisions about their body in Turkey. Like, it is legal if you are above 18, it's legal to have abortion, but only like 8% of the hospitals does this abortion, does this thing. And in the private hospitals, it's really expensive and they ask you to do so many documentation, so many paperwork. Also, when you're married and want to get an abortion, you need the approval of the husband. I don't think it's okay because it's the woman's body and
it's your body and you're the children.
Exactly. And I don't think that husband would approve this decision because in Islam it is not, but it's thinking that, like, people thinks that it's a sin to have intimacy without expecting a baby or without like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand. In Christianity too is a sin, but in Romania it's more easier, you know. But in the Roma culture, you are not allowed to do it, and it's very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna talk about culturally, you're not allowed neither. Like,
yeah, I understand you, and I am agree with you. But there's a culture, you know.
Yeah, but even though, like, in Turkey, it seems like it's legal, it seems like you can do it, it's very hard. And I had a friend in the past who had to give this decision for herself, and she had to get abortion, and she had to go to an illegal clinic that they didn't even give her the anesthesia. And it was a really how to say, it's dangerous operation and painful and etc. So people had to use this type of solutions because it's almost impossible.
Yeah, it's terrific.
It is.
When we talk about this, because it's a very sensitive subject, but we encourage the girls, the women to use protections, and the boys also.
Yeah.
Okay, so Do you have a message for your community, for girls from your community? And if you have one, what's the message?
Having your decisions, continuing your education, being in your own feet doesn't mean that you are betraying your family or your culture or anything. It means that you're a strong person and you can do anything if you believe it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Isil, for these wonderful conversations. I love that we can share our experiences and our perspectives, because we are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that we can meet.
Yeah, me too.
And
I'm glad.
I'm very happy that you was the first guest here and the special one.
Yeah, I feel really special to be honest.
Because you are.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for participating here.
Thank you for offering me.
And thank you, dear listeners, for you to be here and listen to us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to be here with us with the future guests and future episode of our podcast. Vă mulțumesc foarte mult că ați fost alături de noi și că acesta chiar este un episod special pe care l-am făcut în engleză pentru că Isil nu știe română. Ne bucurăm că ați fost alături de noi și vă așteptăm la următorul episod.